Okay. So I'm going to start the evening off by we want to welcome our Board of Trustees, our Chancellor, the faculty, staff, administrators, family, and friends of the graduates, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. My name is Dr. David M. Johnson, and I have the honor and pleasure of serving as the president of Merritt College. So tonight, we are so excited to be in community and celebration with you. It makes me incredibly proud to see so many graduates. We didn't think y'all filled up that whole first section. That's what we're thick up in here. And you look good in the robes. You look good in the robes. Look good. At every graduation, I have to say something about the robes, every commencement address I give, because it's very important, those robes that you're in. It's very important that you understand the significance of that robe, because there are only 3 vocations that allow you to wear a robe. You have our judges, who we entrust to protect the law. You have the clergy, who we entrust to advance our faith. And you got the scholars, who we entrust to preserve our knowledge. So class of 2026, welcome to the company of scholars. So now we will hear from Ms. Dela Cruz, Mikkel Dela Cruz, do our land acknowledgement. She is a cybersecurity student at Merritt College and the daughter of Ms. Maria Spencer, who's a member of Merritt's dedicated classified professional staff. Ms. Dela Cruz.
Yat-e, Shikedosh Dene, Shiye Markel Dela Cruz. I am born for a Filipino Ilocano on my mother's side and born into Kiaani, Torricini, and Sinahono on my father's side. Good evening, graduates, faculty, and staff. It is my honor to provide you with today's land acknowledgement. I want to ask you, if anyone can name a current political or public figure, athlete, or superstar from any tribe on Turtle Island. If you cannot remember or if you do not know, I want you to imagine any other country or continent that remains true. Visibility is so important, and it is our connection to this land and our rituals and culture. I also want you to know that we have a Native professor who is Lumbee and First Nations and part of the Merritt College faculty by the name of Cora Garcia. She currently teaches American Indian anthropology, and this semester she taught us about the Ohlone people, whose land we are occupying. Their creation story begins at Mount Diablo, and they have a different name for it, and that is Toyashtak. I want you to remember that name, Toyashtak. It means the dawn of time. Please stand as we honor the Ohlone people, and we are standing on their sacred ground. This area in particular is covered in shell mounds. And shell mounds, which are Ohlone burial sites. I was going to burn sage, but I was told this is a historical landmark. And I wanted to remind you that this is also a historical landmark for my people. So I will give you my blessings with my breath, because historically we give offerings when we give acknowledgments to the land. So I blow through my hand 4 times. 4 is a sacred number. In my language, I give prayers with these words, and we say them 4 times. Repeat after me. Hojon Nahastlin, which means there is beauty again. Ahe'e dawa'e. Hojon Nahastlin, Hojon Nahastlin, Hojon Nahastlin, Hojon Nahastlin. Thank you.
Okay. I should have been a little faster to the podium because I'm going to ask if you are able to please stand as we recognize our veterans and active military in the playing of the national anthem. You may be seated. Man, Whitney. All right. As presiding official, I take great pleasure in officially calling to order these auspicious proceedings, the commencement exercise for the class of 2026. So to begin, I'm honored to introduce our platform guests. So there are going to be quite a few, so you can hold your applause to the end, but I want to make sure hopefully I don't miss anybody as I welcome the following luminaries who share in the celebration with us tonight. We have our at-large Oakland City Council member, the Honorable Rowena Brown. We have, we can clap, forget it, we can clap. We have our Board of Trustee members, the Board of Trustees President, Louis Quinlan. We have Trustee Dr. Cindy Napoli-Abella-Reese. We have Trustee Deanna Delphine Polk. We have Trustee Shawit Johannes. The trustees came out to see y'all tonight. Yeah, that's big. We have the leader of our district, the Chancellor, Dr. Tamil Gilkerson. We have the Deputy Chancellor and Chief Operating Officer, Greg Nelson. We have your faculty leader, Academic Senate President, Dan Lawson. We have the leader of your classified Senate, the people who take care of you at the counters and make sure that you have everything you need, Miss Jamila Salah. We have, and you'll hear from her a little later, your Associate Students of Merritt College president here. Miss Davina Malbrough. We have our valedictorian, Miss Jacqueline Davis. We have the salutatorian, Miss Katrina Lorenko. Your Vice President of Instruction, Miss Lisa Cook. We have our Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Lilia Chavez. Just a few more, y'all, just a few more, y'all. You have your Dean of Enrollment Services, Natalie Rodriguez. We call him the Mighty Nathan, the Director of Research and Planning, Mr. Nathan Pellegrin. We have the Director of our HSI and Aspira project, Mr. Mario Flores. And last but certainly not least, there have been a lot of people tonight that have worked behind the scenes for weeks to make this evening possible. Getting your gowns together, making sure your cars were ready, doing a walkthrough this morning to make sure everything was well appointed. So please join me in thanking our Director of Student Activities and Campus Life, Ms. Doris Hankins. Yeah. Yeah, they love you. Okay. And our other steeds have Merit's esteemed faculty and administrators, staff from various instructional and student services areas. So now we're going to officially kick this off. At this time, we will have welcoming remarks. So I take great pleasure in introducing to you first the trustee, the president of the Board of Trustees. He is the trustee of the Peralta Community College District Board, Louis Quinlan.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. I think at this time, it's important that none of us got here by ourselves, either the people on the stage or our graduates out here. This is something that doesn't take a village, it takes a town, it takes a city, more importantly, it takes the community. What I'd like our graduates to do right now is think about all those people that got into this point, to where you're ready to graduate and take control of your lives in a way that you have not been able to do so far. So what I would like you to do is think about the members of your family, your aunts, your uncles, your parents, maybe your kids, your brothers and sisters, probably some of your fellow students, your teachers and administrators that are up here on the stage. All of those people supported you getting you here. So take a moment, think about them, shout out their names if you want.
Shout them out.
But remember, you are a part of a community. You're a part of the Merritt College community, and graduates of 2026 from Merritt College, congratulations.
Now, the board president said to shout out the names of the people to help you get here, and we're not doing it. Shout out the people who helped you get to this point. Yeah. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I heard that. Amen. 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 Next, we have the Chancellor of the Peralta Community College District, Dr. Tamil Gilkerson.
Thank you, Dr. Johnson. Good evening, graduates. Woo! What's it? Yes, good evening, graduates, families, friends, faculty, classified professionals, administrators, and the entire Merritt College community. Tonight, we celebrate the Merritt College class of 2026 and a theme that reflects this moment beautifully: limitless possibilities, boundless opportunities. A few weeks ago, I was reading about redwood trees, and one fact stayed with me. Did you know that redwood trees can grow hundreds of feet tall, but their roots are actually relatively shallow? That allows them to stand through storms what allows them to stand through storms is that their roots intertwine with the roots of the trees around them. They survive and thrive because they are connected to something larger than themselves. I thought about you when I learned this fact. You see, no one arrives at this moment alone, and you just demonstrated that by yelling out the names of those who have stood behind you. Behind every graduate is a network of people who supported you, encouraged you, challenged you, sacrificed for you, believed in you, and reminded you to keep going even when the path was difficult. And graduates, many of you know what it means to persevere. Some of you work full-time while attending school. Some balance family responsibilities, caregiving, or financial hardship. Some doubted whether college was even possible for them, yet here you are tonight. That is resilience. That is courage. And honestly, that is what limitless possibility truly looks like. I want to take a moment to recognize someone who reflects the very spirit of Merritt College and this graduating class, Associated Students of Merritt College President and this year's President's Medallion recipient, Davina Marble. Davina's journey is one of extraordinary resilience, leadership, and purpose. And next year, she will serve as the president of the statewide Student Senate for California Community Colleges, representing students across our state. Family, that is the power of opportunity. That is the power of community. And that is the power of believing in what is possible. Graduates, your degree or certificate is not simply an ending. It is a doorway to new opportunities, new dreams, and new ways to impact those around you. So tonight, celebrate fully. Celebrate every obstacle you overcame to get here. And as you move forward, remember the lesson of the redwoods. You do not have to stand alone to stand tall. Congratulations, Merritt College class of 2026. We are so proud of you.
Before I bring the Academic and Classified Senate presidents up, I was remiss. I forgot someone. And this someone was actually here about 6 hours ago, helping to set up, helping to put your programs on the seats. She's rejuvenated our campus in terms of the math and sciences. So I want to acknowledge our new MESA director, Miss Christina Tinsley. There you go. Yeah, we got to show love. At this time, please welcome our incoming Academic Senate President, Mr. Daniel Lawson.
Good evening, graduates, families, friends, colleagues, and honored guests. My name is Dan Lawson, and I have the privilege of serving as the Vice President of the Academic Senate of Merritt College. Tonight, I speak on behalf of the faculty, the people who've had the joy of witnessing your growth, your persistence, and your achievement. Graduation ceremonies often focus on success as a destination, but from where we sit as educators, what matters even more is the kind of thinker, citizen, and human being you become after tonight. Many of you came to Merritt College carrying responsibilities far beyond the classroom. Some of you worked full-time jobs, some cared for children or family members. Some returned to school after years away. Some of you may have doubted whether you belonged here at all, and yet here you are. That accomplishment deserves celebration not only because you completed courses or earned degrees, but because you demonstrated something deeper: the willingness to learn, adapt, question, and persevere. As faculty, we hope that you leave this institution with knowledge and skills. But I hope you also leave with something else: confidence in your own capacity to think. Albert Einstein once said, "Blind belief in authority is the greatest enemy of truth." And physicist Richard Feynman advised, "Don't pay attention to authorities. Think for yourself." Those quotes may sound surprising to hear from someone standing at a podium in academic regalia. After all, colleges are places of expertise and scholarship. But real education is not about teaching people what to think. It's about teaching people how to think. A degree should not make you more obedient. It should make you more discerning. Your professors don't want you to leave here intimidated by titles, credentials, or institutions, including our own. We want you to ask difficult questions. We want you to challenge assumptions. We want you to evaluate evidence carefully, listen thoughtfully, and arrive at your own conclusions with integrity and courage. The world you are entering desperately needs that kind of thinking. You will encounter people who speak with certainty and confidence. Some will have power, some will have wealth, some will have platforms, followers, or impressive titles. But authority and wisdom are not always the same thing. Your education at Merritt has prepared you not simply to accept information, but to examine it. Not simply to follow systems, but to improve them. Not simply to inherit the world as it is, but to participate in shaping what it could become. And that matters because many of you will go on to serve our communities in essential ways as nurses, educators, entrepreneurs, scientists, public service, active advocates, and leaders. Whatever path you take, I hope you remember this: your voice matters. Your judgment matters. Your humanity matters. Tonight, your faculty celebrates you not only for what you have accomplished, but for what you are capable of contributing moving forward. Thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. And graduates, congratulations. We are proud of you. We believe in you, and we cannot wait to see what you do next. Thank you very much.
Next, you will hear from our Classified Senate President, Ms. Jamila Sala.
Good evening, graduates, family, faculty, staff, honored guests. Tonight is not only a celebration of degrees and certificates. Tonight is a celebration of liberation. Here at Merritt College, our students reflect the strength of our community. Many are first-generation students who had overcome barriers before stepping into the doors at Merritt College, or even the classroom. That is why equity cannot be just a word. Equity is access, equity is retention, equity is success. Equity is making sure that when students arrive with questions, barriers, fears, or uncertainty, someone is there to help them stay. As I represent classified professionals, we are often the first voice, the first office, the first email, and sometimes the first person who helps students believe. You belong here. We help students navigate systems, complete forms, find resources, meet deadlines, and continue forward when life becomes heavy. And in those moments, education becomes liberating. Education is liberation. It is a light that enters room when doubt once lived. It is the voice that says you belong here. It is transformational, and no barrier can take that away. Graduates, your success represents more than personal achievement. It represents families, communities, and generations moving forward. Congratulations, class of 2026. Continue breaking barriers, claiming spaces, and using your education to liberate not only yourself, but those who come after you. Thank you. On behalf of classified professionals here at Merritt College, we congratulate class of 2026. Thanks.
Thank you, Miss Soleil. I don't know why I always say Sailor. Soleil. She look at me like, man. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Oakland's own at-large council member, Rowena Brown. Yeah. Now, she graciously agreed some time ago to do this commencement speech, so we're very pleased. Her biography is in the program, but this is an opportunity for you to get to know a little bit about the her that makes her her. So, Councilmember Brown.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Rowena Brown, and I'm honored to serve as Oakland's at-large council member, elected to office just 16 months ago. And I get the opportunity to represent all of Oakland, every neighborhood, every block, and every voice. And so it's truly a privilege to join you all tonight in this beautiful Paramount Theater as we celebrate the class of 2026. And I want to start by expressing my gratitude to the esteemed faculty, staff of Merritt College, proud family members and friends, community leaders, and to the graduates for allowing me to take part of this amazing celebration. And we know that tonight, this moment is about perseverance, sacrifice, growth, and possibility. Because earning a degree is never easy. And earning one while navigating everything life places in front of you is something to really be proud of. Many of you balance work, caregiving responsibilities, financial hardship, mental health challenges, long commutes, uncertainty, and moments where quitting may have felt easier than continuing. But you kept going, and you're sitting in these seats right now. And so in this moment, I can't help but reflect on my own journey. I've spent my career as an advocate, a community organizer, and a public servant. And before all of that, I was a student, right, in Peralta Colleges. All right, and go easy on me. And although I graduated from Laney, my journey began at Merritt College. You see, as a young person growing up right here in the Bay Area, one would say that the cards weren't necessarily dealt in my favor, losing both of my parents before I even turned 18. But thankfully, I was surrounded by a village of aunts and uncles, family and friends, mentors, in my church community who helped guide me through one of the hardest seasons of my life. And like many students here tonight, I was trying to figure out my purpose while also trying to survive. After graduating from high school, it would take me 7 years, y'all, to decide to enroll in community college. And the very first class that I took at Merritt College was a class called the Black Panther Party, Strategies for Organizing the People. And at that time, it was taught by a founding member of the party, Erica Huggins. And it's actually only in Oakland that your higher education journey would begin like that. And that class changed my life, not only because I learned academically, but because for the first time I found community in people whose stories reflected my own. Classmates who had experienced loss, classmates who came from neighborhoods impacted by gun violence and gang violence, classmates who understood struggle and also understood resilience. And together we started asking bigger questions. Why do our communities face these challenges? Who makes the decisions to shape our neighborhoods? And what each of us could do to impact change. And so this was one of 3 transformative courses that I took while attending Merritt College. And so in my second year, I would go on to take a class, anthropology. And in this class, we actually took a field trip to the Oakland Zoo where we studied orangutans. Now, my story is not about that. It's actually about the professor. And she had this practice at the beginning of each class where she would pass out school announcements and opportunities for students. And I'll never forget the day that she passed a 1-pager that explained about an exciting opportunity to study abroad in China. And my friend at the time, who was studying Mandarin, and we both proclaimed that we were going to apply for this program. And for months, the opportunity seemed just like a fantasy, unknown if we would actually see the reality. And just like that, the following summer, we found ourselves studying abroad at the best institutions of higher learning, walking the Great Wall of China, and being immersed in culture outside of Oakland. And y'all, the icing on the cake is that this was a scholarship that was funded by our then Congresswoman, Barbara Lee, who is now the mayor of Oakland, and someone that I now have the privilege to serve alongside as an Oakland council member. And so I bring this up because the experiences that you have in community college most definitely lay the foundation for your future. Community colleges do not limit your future, but in fact, they expand it. I would go on to become an 8th grade civics teacher. I would work as a career coach at the College of Alameda. I would go on to attend law school. I worked both in local and state government, and eventually, I was elected to the Oakland City Council. And all from humble beginnings right at Merritt College. And so graduates, tonight is a reminder that where you start does not determine how far you go. In fact, our communities need compassionate leaders, our neighborhoods need innovators, and our institutions need people who understand equity, justice, and humanity. And that is what everyone here believes in each of you. And so the theme of tonight's commencement is limitless possibilities, boundless opportunities. And that's more than just a phrase, it's a promise. A promise that your dreams are still unfolding, a promise that the gifts that you all possess are needed in our world today, a promise that the next door, the next opportunity, and the next chapter is already waiting for you. So go on with courage, go forward with purpose, go forward knowing that Oakland, Merritt College, and everyone that's in this room is cheering you on. Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you, Councilmember Brown, for those words of wisdom and inspiration. That's right. So next we will hear from our student commencement speakers. Ms. Davina Marlborough is an outgoing ASMC student body president. As the chancellor mentioned, she's next year's Student Senate for California College's president, and she's also the recipient. She's also the recipient of the President's Medallion Award. So please welcome to the stage Ms. Davina Malbrough.
What's up, class of 2026? That's right. For those of you who don't know, I am the president, the outgoing president of Associated Students of Merritt College. I've had the pleasure of serving for the last 2 years, so woohoo. Today I stand before you filled with gratitude, pride, and reflection. My name is Davina Malbrough, and I'm being able to say I'm graduating from Merritt College. It's something I was once never sure about would even happen. Like many people here today, my journey was not a straight path. There are many moments in my life where everything felt uncertain. I experienced loss, instability, grief, and setbacks that could have easily convinced me to stop believing in myself. There were times where I questioned whether I was strong enough to keep going. In August of 2023, I lost my brother Isaiah, someone who meant everything to me.
You did it the other day.
Hello.
You can do it now. Okay, come on here.
Not long after I lost my grandmother on Christmas Eve. Losing two people I love so deeply within months changed my life forever. During that time, I was also struggling personally. I was working full-time at 7-Eleven while trying to survive emotionally, mentally, and financially. There were moments where life felt obviously overwhelming. But through every setback, one thing remained inside of me, the desire to build a better future for me and my family. So I came back to school, I came back to myself, and I chose not to give up. At Merritt College, I found more than just education. I found community, I found leadership, I found purpose. I became involved in student body government, eventually serving as student body president for Associated Students of Merritt College. I've also had the honor of serving students across California community colleges by being the Regional Affairs Director for Region 3, which represents majority of the Bay Area. Through these experiences, I have learned that leadership is not about power or recognition. It's about service, compassion, and being willing to fight for others even while you're fighting your own battles. Merritt taught me that resilience is built one day at a time. Sometimes resilience looks like showing up to class when your heart is heavy. Sometimes it looks like asking for help. Sometimes it looks like continuing forward even when you can't see the finish line. And that's why every graduate is here today. We all carry different stories, different struggles, different sacrifices, but despite everything life placed in front of us, we made it here. That is something that nobody can take away from us. As I prepare to transfer to California State University, Sacramento College, and continue my education in business administration, I carry with me not only my accomplishments, but every lesson this journey has taught me. I've learned that failure does not define you. Hardship defines you. Your past does not define you. What defines you is what your decisions are to keep going. So, to the graduating class of 2026, do not underestimate the power of your story. Do not be afraid of dreaming bigger than yourself. And do not
allow fear or setback or any other people's opinions to limit what you believe in yourself. Because many of us sitting here today are living proof that our resilience can create something beautiful. We are proof that growth is possible. We are proof that healing is possible. We are proof that new beginnings are possible. Congratulations to every graduate, every family member, every support system, every person who helped us here. Thank you to God first, foremost. Thank you to my family and my ancestors. Shout out to Miss T, shout out to Miss Doris, shout out to Stephanie DeVito, Michelle, my associated students of Merritt College, my full board, my president David Johnson, the whole Peralta family. And just remember, their journey, it starts here, but it doesn't end here. Thank you.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what it's all about. So at this time, I'm going to bring to the stage our Chief Instructional Officer, the Vice President of Instruction, Lisa Cook.
Graduates and guests, in your commencement program, you'll notice small stars indicating big things next to some of the names. These stars signify the honors that students have received based on their cumulative grade point average, or GPA. Graduates with a 3.75 to 4.0 GPA have 3 stars next to their name and have received highest honors. Graduates with a 3.5 to 3.74 GPA have 2 stars next to their name and have received high honors. You may also notice that some of our students are wearing gold stoles. These students have a grade point average of 3.5 or higher also. And some are members of the Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society, Theta Theta Lambda chapter for 2-year colleges. Graduates earning a 3.25 to 3.49 GPA have received honors and have 1 star next to their name. At this time, I would like to ask all students with a 3.25 to 4.0 GPA and wearing gold stoles and tassels to please stand and be recognized. Woo! Look how many. You may now be seated.
Got some smart people up in this house tonight. We will now bring to the podium our Chief Student Services Officer, the Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Lilia Chavez.
Thank you. My shoes are fire. That's right. It's the year of the fire horse. You are fire, so you need to make sure you keep that in your heart for today. Today, I have the honor to present and give you information about the academic tradition that requires that we recognize students who distinguish themselves by achieving highest honors of scholarship in the graduating class. These individuals are honored by having achieved the highest academic GPA of 4.0. The valedictorian is an academic title given to students with the highest grade point average in the graduating class. A salutatorian has the second highest GPA We will now hear speeches from both our valedictorian and salutatorian student representatives. This year, Jacqueline Davis will provide the valedictorian, and Katrina Lorenko will provide the salutatorian speeches on behalf of the class of 2026. Will
Good evening, and welcome, fellow graduates. My name is Jacqueline Davis, a dual degree earner at Merritt College, and I am beyond delighted and proud to be your valedictorian this evening. I want to thank the many teachers and staff who have made my 2.5 years absolutely wonderful and amazing. But before I do, I want you to know how people in our community feel about Merritt College, the college that we invested so much of our time and energy in. When I told folks that I was even thinking about attending Merritt College, they responded, "You have no better chance of getting your degree than at Merritt College because they really want their students to graduate." And now just look at us, sitting up here in caps and gowns. Did they lie? Did they lie? They told nary a lie. After everything that our forefathers, our ancestors have done to get us to where we are right now, they would expect nothing less. We are the generation for which they have done these things for. We stand on their shoulders. I want to thank my mentors, Dr. Pollard and Dr. Hyatt, for believing in me before they even saw me. Thank you for raising the bar and setting it high. I want to thank Ms. Inga, Professor of Health Ed, for being an ambassador for this school and encouraging me to maintain and continue on. I want to thank Dr. Forsheth Moffady, Professor of Business 10, who taught me that I am the head and not the tail, that I can be in business and that I can lead. I want to thank my twin, nutritionist Cheryl Davis. She taught me that nutrition isn't just about eating. Nutrition is a science, and she taught it that way. Dr. Georgie, her enthusiasm, her confidence and belief in me is like chickenpox, highly contagious. I want to thank Jasmine Bromine, I want to thank Umoja Counselor Jasmine Broom for helping me to get to this point. And most of all, Taida, thank you. Thank you for being my girl. You were our girl, but you were my girl. I want to thank you for being that sister who was around the way kind of girl. That girl who said, "Don't say that without practicing before you say it" kind of girl. That kind of girl who said, "You need to lay down, take a nap, and think about it" kind of girl. I want to thank you for being that girl, you better go get you some food kind of girl. All of our teachers have had so much enthusiasm that we can't help be excited for where we are right now. I thank you, Basic Needs, for helping me and my classmates to maintain our dignity while we got through some difficult times. And lastly, Miss Doris Hankins, you do this every year with your eyes closed. Every year. Thank you so much. Tonight, we pick up our credits and certificates, but we do this because of the people who have supported us, who believed in us. We carry the legacy of those who fought for us and our right to learn. We carry the responsibility to use what we've gained to make our communities even stronger. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let's go forward with purpose.
Ms. Davis, come back. And now Miss Katrina Lorenko.
I'm loving this energy. I'm loving this energy. Good evening, Merit graduates, professors, staff, and administrators. All right, guys, I'm gonna need your help on this one, graduates. Join me in giving a big thank you and good evening to our family, our friends, children, spouses, and partners here tonight celebrating us. Let's also give a big thank you for those who aren't able to make it tonight, but are keeping us in their hearts and have supported us on our journeys. We thank you all for your support, patience, and love throughout our academic journey. All right, guys, let me catch my breath. My nerves are getting me. Wow. This is such an absolute honor to stand before you. My family, friends, mentors, colleagues, and professors, staff, and administration. During my time at Merritt College, you have been and are part of the foundation which helped me build the momentum and courage to achieve the academic success that 4 years ago, I couldn't have even imagined. As a mother, I love you, Vivi. EOPS, COSER, SAS, and Street Scholar student working full-time, I completely understand the self-doubt, the struggles, and the importance of many others that said this before me, community. These critical programs supported me throughout my time at Merritt and have given me opportunities for my future. With that said, I want to focus on the resilience, grit, and courage each and every graduating student sitting here tonight possesses, while placing much importance on community. The community and diverse student groups at Merritt College serve as the most essential and fundamental part. We can't do it on our own. I want to share an African proverb that I came across that highlights community and the power of collective effort. It says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Pretty powerful, right? Building relationships with our fellow students, reaching out to the various campus organizations, collaborating with our professors, pushing through the moments of adversity that feel almost impossible, and asking those questions even when we may be nervous. Those are the things that brought us together in this moment. As we continue to immerse ourselves in community with those who have similar goals and lived experience in the roads we are looking to walk on, we gain insight. We push through our discomfort and surprise ourselves. We gain confidence in the capable students that we are, and we carry that with us in all of our future endeavors. Whether your next step is transferring, moving into the career that your education has prepared you for, whatever that next step on our individual journeys may be, remember, take the importance of community with you and share it, as we can only keep what we have by giving it away. Together, we hold the power to incite the change we want and need to see in this world. And in the wise words of a fierce advocate for equity, inclusion, and student success, each one, teach one. Take the knowledge you've gained and share it, and take your experiences and inspire those you meet. All right, I need your help again. All right, y'all ready? All right. Repeat after me. I am capable. I am capable. All right, with a little bit more umph, I got another one. All right, we are capable. We are capable. That's right, we are capable beyond measure. Good luck, graduates, in all your future endeavors. I'm so excited to see the amazing things we are yet to achieve. And I want to dedicate this speech to Sadhu Kavi. You are my strength. Congratulations, class of 2026. Let's get our diplomas. This doesn't come off. Thank
Thank you.
Please give another round of applause to our valedictorian, salutatorian student speakers. We're almost there, y'all. Almost there, almost there. But before we get there, I'd like to take a moment to recognize two of our long-standing members of the Merritt College family. Each has served roles within Peralta and Merritt and this community for over 25 years. Yeah, they started as toddlers. They look good. We want to recognize them because this will be their last commencement ceremony. Yeah. So, I need Dr. Lilia Chavez and Inga Marshallonis to come to the stage. They weren't expecting that. Okay, we're about to get to it. Let me bring back to the stage our Vice President of Instruction, Lisa Cook.
I got the good stuff. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. Woo! Yeah. Many of our graduates have earned multiple degrees and certificates. Each degree will be printed in the commencement program. However, only one degree will be announced. Graduates, please stand to be recognized as we congratulate you for such an accomplishment. Please rise. Yeah, Okay, now just a few housekeeping notes. As it is time for us to award academic degrees and certificates. Families and friends, we kindly ask that you always remain seated. Aisles must be kept clear. We appreciate your cooperation. Graduates, please remain seated until you are directed to the stage to receive your degrees and certificates. After you have taken photos with President Johnson, you will leave the stage, and as a token of our appreciation, each graduate will receive a Merritt College keepsake. After you've left the stage, please return to your seat. Thank you for your cooperation. Tina Humphrey, Mildred Oliver, Charlie Morales, Kiana Esther, and Bianca Perazzo will announce the names of the candidates for degrees and certificates. Name readers, please take your position on stage at the presentation rostrum. Ushers, please guide the candidates for degrees and certificates to the stage.
Davina Marlborough, Business Administration.
Jacqueline R. Davis, degree in Natural Science.
Caterina De Jesus Lorenco, degree Community Social Services, highest honors.
Maria Jose Escobedo, AST Early Childhood Education, highest honors.
Raul Fernando Tapia Garcia, certificate in proficiency in
Philip David Gordo Jr., AS Social Behavioral Sciences.
Mr. Merritt Kosi Gerald Ugwa. Woo! Degree in Business Administration.
Rejane Lachey Spiker, Communications.
Ron Edith Dema Paksak, certificate emergency medical technician.
Ayana Unique Rose Willingham, my student. African American Studies, highest honors. Woo!
Trajan LeBron Griffith, degree in health sciences.
Dante Maurice Johnson, EMT.
Javon Antoine Hosey, associates in science and behavior sciences.
Aruji S. Lee, AA Social Sciences, highest honors. Congrats.
Remy Monet Martin, associates in real estate, highest honors.
Katian Van Cruz, Health Sciences, AS.
Carlton Deshaun Williams, computer information cybersecurity systems.
Woo-woo. Sarah Chabala, AA, Social and Behavioral Sciences, highest honors.
Alexandra Sierra McDonald, early childhood development, highest honors.
Arlene Karina Cervantes, AA Child Development, highest honors.
Kaylin Christopher McGee, degree in fire technology, highest honors.
Kedaja Yelenick, Fire Technology.
Jordan Taylor Johnson, associates in fire technology, highest honors.
Serena Valdez Uribe, Associate's degree in Community Social Services, highest honors. And one more.
Geisha Tucker, Early Child Development, AA.
Salika the Chosen Thomas.
All right.
AA in Social Behavioral Science.
Josephine Apria, AS Health Sciences.
Renee, one of his faves, Blocker, certificate in histotechnician.
Rameta Lee Fish, Early Childhood Education, AST.
Elizabeth Fuentes Luna, Early Childhood Education.
Katusha V. DeJean, AST Business Admin, highest honors.
Melissa Renee Lime. Health Sciences Associates, Phi Theta Kappa, highest honors.
All right.
Samantha Victoria Flint, certificate in community social services. Get it, Sam.
Congratulations. Blanca Naomi Paliza, social and behavioral sciences, honors.
Courtney Marie Easley. Social and Behavior Sciences, highest honors.
Shelly Hearn, ASBS Administration, highest honors.
Jakara Ramika Swain, Health Sciences, highest honors.
Okay. I love it. Rocio Marisol Manafisa, AS Natural Sciences.
Sequoia DeJay Frazier, Paralegal Studies.
Woo! All right. Congrats. Anissa Victoria Green, AA Real Estate.
Francia Mendoza Landavarde, Health Sciences.
Nadia Shabane, Child Development Assistant Teacher. Congrats.
Camila Martinez, Child Development, highest honors.
Lanisha S. Johnson, AAT Communications.
Asma Siddiqui, degree in Child Development.
All right. T. Parker Essig, Child Development Associate Teacher. Congrats.
Katia Tumai, degree in Child Development.
Naomi Martin Matias, AA in Child Development.
Emiliana Palo Martias, Health Sciences, honors.
Awesome. Ashanti McKaylin Ambrose, Child Development AA.
Marquita Eddings, Child Development.
Maria Cruz Saucedo, Early Childhood Development, highest honors.
Mark Lester Messina de la Torre, Health Sciences, highest honors.
Infinity Gomez, Communication.
Himalana Sen, Health Sciences, highest honors.
Leap Bunn, Social Behavioral Sciences, highest honors.
Elizabeth A. Jones, Health Sciences, honors.
Monique Elizabeth says AS Natural Sciences.
Layla Tashani Daniels, Psychology.
Jason Stanley Ayala Zavala, AS, Health Sciences.
Abdul Kabir, nursing.
Yeah. Derek Obar, Associate Degree Nursing, highest honors.
Kelly Waying Fan, nursing, highest honors.
Mariana Mikel Miran Mibanat, AS Nursing Honors.
Vanessa Favis, nursing, highest honors.
Ashley Diaz, Associate's Degree in Nursing, highest honors.
Angela Davis, nursing, highest honors.
Alista Greer, AS in Nursing with honors.
Talia Batin, nursing, with honors.
Olama Ilundu, Associates in Nursing, highest honors.
Pedro Matias Guzman Soria.
Israel Ramirez, Basic Employment Preparation.
Anaya Michelle Jacobs, psychology with highest honors.
Isabel Naomi Bridgeford, Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Emily Ileana Torres, health sciences, highest honors.
Chidi Anya Gofu, Psychology honors.
Lorena Elena Walker, health sciences, honors.
Angela Cornell Lester, Child Development.
Christina Brown Jones, social and behavior sciences.
Desiree Teresa Borders Riley, Business Administration, AST.
F. Omakar,
Isabella Catherine Orr, Basic Employment.
Tiana Janae Campbell, social and behavior sciences.
Miss Barbara A. Baker, AAT Child Development, high GPA.
Yesenia Garcia, nursing, highest honors.
Lisbeth Valdez, Associate in Science of Nursing, highest honors.
David Joseph Legadabo, nursing.
Phoebe Day, Nursing.
Anu Padel, nursing.
All right. Kahinde Imola Evisola, ADN Nursing.
Angelica Marquez, child development.
Elizabeth G. Valenzuela, teacher's assistant.
Leslie Saca Tovar, Health Sciences.
Brenda Zamora, AA Child Development, highest honors.
Katia Ileana Rivas, Early Childhood Education, Honors.
Veronica Araterska, Associates in Arts, Child Development.
Shushang Sia, Associate Teacher.
Thomas Bunny, Community Social Services.
All right.
Woo! That's right, Tom.
We know she closer.
Peter Paul, Julio Valera, Community Social Service. Mila Diane Rampola, Associates Community Social Services, highest honors.
All right, Imari Daniels, AS, Natural Sciences.
Angela Diaz Garcia, Associates in the Community Social Services. Kara A. Gooseby, Community Social Services. Tita Ook, Behavioral Sciences, Associate's degree.
Karen Garfias Barraza, Health Science.
Izena Dior, AS Health Sciences.
Aaliyah Walker, AS Health Sciences.
Nelia Menumeun, Health Sciences, AS degree.
Zainab Dang, AS Health Sciences.
Johanna Marina, Associate's degree. Is it? What is it then? Oh,
Okay, I haven't read it yet.
this one's already read?
Atlai Yafai, Associates in Natural Science.
Brianna Ochoa, Health Sciences.
They can't hear us? Delicia Hendrick Smith, Business Administration and Accounting.
Sophia Jennifer Pisner Larios, Psychology.
Stacy Grahova, AA Communication Studies.
Emma Verina, Health Sciences.
Casey Hernandez, AA Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Trayana Garrett, AS Health Sciences, highest honors.
Alejandra Carrillo Hernandez, AS Health Science.
Jeffrey Kowalski, Associate of Science, Arboriculture, highest honors.
Melissa Navarro, Child Development Assistant Teacher.
Leslie Suzette Paez, Business Administration, AST.
Jessica Paez, Associates in Psychology for transfer.
Selena Elizabeth Pomardes Benarguez, Criminal Justice, highest honors.
Reed McCumbee, Mathematics.
Hafsa Bahidi, Conservation and Resource Management. I'm sorry.
Scotty Graham, AS in Natural Sciences.
All right. Cynthia G. Victoria, Health Sciences.
Maria de Los Angeles Garcia, AST, Administration of Justice.
Orlando Cervantes, Social Behavioral Sciences.
Andrea Montserrat Campos, Business Administration, AA.
Ropisha Turner, Associate Teacher.
Raven Garcia Diaz, AS in Health Science.
Jasmine Elizalde, Paralegal Studies.
Antoinette Kelly Watkins, Paralegal Studies.
Lois Charlotte Spicer, Health Sciences, highest honor.
Andrew Rodriguez, Communications.
Lizbeth Garcia, Isidro, Early Childhood Development.
Paige Saparn, AA Social and Behavioral Sciences with honors.
Jose Fabella, Community Social Services, Substance Abuse, highest honors. Al Pierre L, Community Social Services.
Jalen Thomas, Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Eric Ewart Watson Jr., Associates in Health Sciences.
Keith Henry Thomas Allison, AA Social and Behavioral Sciences, highest honors.
Caleb Richard Iverson Allison, Real Estate.
Cannon Richard DeFreya, Business Administration, AST High Honors.
Tara Roberts McAllister, Business Administration.
Sunnight Kebede, Associate of Science.
Peter Lay, Social Behavioral Sciences.
Ethan Brown, Business Administration.
David Lynn Patton, Associates in Social Behavioral Sciences.
Jalen Rocker, Social Behavior.
Luis Antonio Guzman Mendoza, Social Behavioral Sciences Associates.
Angel Gabriel Pablo, Mathematics Associates.
Ishan Singh, Associates in Economics, Calgary.
Emmanuel Lee Rondell, Administration of Justice, Police Science, highest honors.
All right. Philip Ansumana Komba, Associates in Psychology, High Honors. Liliana Claire Jacobs, Landscape Architecture, Associates. Natalie Valdez Perez, AS in Science, Honors.
Veronica L. Rando, AST Administration of Justice. Nora Simone Thompson, AST Administration of Justice, AA Corrections.
Brian Lorigo, Business Administration, Associates.
Mar Conley, Child Development Associates, Teacher.
Samaraya Monia Weidman, Paralegal Associates.
Alasia Jackson, Associates in Arts, Paralegal.
Tiago de Lima Villela, Associates in Science.
Allison Eve Santiago, Communication Studies, AAT.
Emilia Gastelum Quintero, Administration of Justice.
Carolyn Joyce Douglas, Tree Care Specialist.
Jason Jefferson, Anthropology.
Jessica Ruby Divine, Paralegal Studies, AA High Honors.
Doncino Artua Espinalo,
Christopher Robertson, AS Arboriculture Honors.
Emily Rosales, Health Sciences Honors.
Melanie Mario Larios, Associate in Science, Health Science Honors.
Ibrahim Abdallah, Computer Data Science, Mashallah.
Angie Naomi Bocanegra, Child Development Teacher Assistant.
Marion J. David Fortune, Health Science, Natural Science.
Kiyomi Kubota, AS Health Science Highest Honor.
Sylvia Matthias Pablo, Child Care Provider.
Carolyn Burtis Pryor, Social and Behavior Science, AA degree.
Alicia A. Jackson, Business Administration.
Kimberly Cervantes, AA Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Loida Brito Bernal, Medical Assistant.
Sonia Perez Matias, Medical Assistant, Clinical.
Bagria Abdullah, Mashallah, Certificate, Medical Assisting.
J. Marie Danielle Wright, Sociology.
Mariana Carvajal Melgar, Associates in Social Behavioral Sciences and Child Development, high honors.
Daniel Hinojoso, Health Sciences, Associate in Science Honors.
Bianca Vasquez Castillo, Associates Health Sciences, highest honors.
Lourdes Alejandra Garcia Luna, Social Behavioral Science.
Sue Ellen Morelos, Psychology, honors.
Elsie Noelia Wider Cabrera, Communication Associates, highest honor.
Darius Safarayan, Police Science, high honors.
JC Sanaya Elasai Gawa, AST Mathematics and Economics, highest honor.
LaJewel Holmes, Associates in Business Administration.
Karen Wakazu Nakai, Sociology, AAT.
Patricia Fuentes Sosa, Associates in Health Science.
Jennifer Castillo Gonzalez, Associates Health Science.
Maisha Landry, Medical Assistant.
Imari Clemente, Clinical Medical Assistant.
Tamisha Sharte Jackson, Social Behavioral Sciences.
Amber Noel Young, AA Natural Science, highest honors.
Perla Jimenez, Paralegal.
Myrna Hernandez, AST Business Administration, honors.
Tiffany Ortega Ramos, Associates Health Science.
Hamna Basir, Associates Health Sciences.
Leia Hyatt Khan, Associates in Social Behavioral Sciences. Mashallah.
Azalea Tiana Darlene McQueen, Psychology Transfer, high honor.
Maria del Carmen Hernandez, Medical Assistant.
Edith Martinez, Radiologic Science, honors.
Yo Chang Wu, Rad Science.
Yodit Sebihatu, AS Radiologic Science.
Remala Hua Favia, Clinical Medical Assistant.
Fabiola Galeana Garcia, Administrative Medical Assistant.
Leslie Paula Bautista Cruz, Child Development, Associate Teacher.
Rocky Burhane, Associate Health Science.
Giselle Zabazaya, Rad Sciences, highest honors.
Monica Lee, AS Radiologic Science.
Toya Jackson, Rad Science, highest honors.
Ruby Alvarado, AS Radiologic Science.
Samia Al-Shabi, Clinical Medical Assistant.
Jaisel Zavoza, Rad Science, AS highest honors. She's already been.
Brian Josue Ramirez Diaz, Clinical Medical Assistant.
Sylvia Guadalupe Castaneda, Business Administration, AST high honors.
Catherine Joanna Aguilar Lopez, Social and Behavior Sciences.
Mariana Frutos, Clinical Medical Assistant.
Michelle Elise Alderson, Social and Behavior Sciences.
Carol Lynn Shaw, AS Health Sciences honors.
Yesenia Mendez Rosales, Child Development.
Ariadna Alanis, Child Development Associate Teacher.
Mia Bermudez, Toddler Specialist.
Johanna Agbaldet, Associate Health Sciences with honors.
Paola Salazar Cabrera, Social and Behavior Sciences, Honors.
Emmanuel Boni, AST Administration of Justice.
Senora Martinez, AS in Health Sciences, highest honors.
Kimberly Nicole Diamond Kathy, AST Business Administration.
Kendra Denise Davis, Accounting.
Dennis Navarro, AS Health Sciences, honors.
Mariah Giovanna Reyes, Health Sciences, highest honors.
Kamaya Nashe Moses, AA Social Behavior.
Sanaya Alana Sewell, Psychology.
Carla Poindexter, AA Paralegal Studies.
Alaya Bruce, Health Sciences.
Ryan Matthew Masao Nishioka, AS Radiologic Science.
Christopher M. Khan Yuvong, Rad Sciences, highest honors.
Ryan Lapating, Rad Science, highest honors.
Ramon Oliveris, Rad Science.
Ramon Duenas, Associates in Rad Science, highest honors.
Tashpreet Singh, Rad Sciences.
Derek Diaz Osmude, Associates in Rad Science, highest honors.
Michelle Gaskin, Rad Sciences, high honors.
Katia Sandoval Moriaga, AAT Psychology, honors.
Yadira Garcia, Social and Behavior Sciences.
Angel Adedukan, AA Anthropology, highest honors.
Juan Gutierrez, Social and Behavior Science.
Lada Sarkovchiko, Paralegal Studies.
Hala Dubashi, Psychology.
Tonya Greer, AS Health Science.
Yuko Kaneko, Histotechnician.
Dominique Mabon, AST Psychology, Social and Behavioral Sciences.
Santos Domingo Pablo, Associate Teacher.
Bicola Christiana Ajana, AS Health Sciences.
Emily Martinez Pozos, real estate, highest honors.
Emily Ochoa Cortez, natural science.
Catherine Itzel Ramos, social and behavior sciences.
Samantha Victoria Cardenas, health sciences.
Jasmine Kamalishan, health sciences.
Diego Pablo Carlos Peron, AS Fire Technology.
Carmen De La Rosa, child development.
Carla Ruby Guerrero, associate teacher.
Veronica Zapet, child development, associate teacher.
Faith Acacia Alford, child development associate teacher.
Jose Luis Morales Jr., health sciences, highest honors.
Heba Anwar Badad, health sciences. Mashallah.
Christine A. Soriano, health sciences, highest honors.
Class of 2026, please stand. Now for the good stuff. President Johnson, it is my privilege to report that the candidates assembled have qualified for degrees and certificates by successfully completing curricula offered by Merritt College and have been recommended by the faculty to be awarded appropriate degrees and certificates in recognition of their accomplishments.
By virtue of the authority granted by the state of California and of the powers vested in me by the Peralta Community College District Board of Trustees, I do hereby confer upon you, the graduates of the class of 2026, the degrees and certificates certified by the Vice President of Instruction, deans, and faculty with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. And this is my favorite sentence of the year. It is now time to move your tassels from the right side to the left side. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and join me as we congratulate and present to you the Merritt College graduating class of 2026. Okay. Before everybody breaks wide, hold on. So we want to thank you so much for joining us this evening, and this concludes the commencement ceremony. We want you to please stand for the recessional and remain standing until all members of the stage delegation and the graduating class of 2026 exit the area. Good night. Thank you, and God bless.